peace. I've been thinking a lot. And it is just humbling to be thinking and to be thinking a lot. Silence may be better for what we hear in that place. But in this time, it is a blessed thing to have the presence, to witness of yourself, and to feel, and to gain understanding of this that you feel. As difficult as it may be, and as varied as it may be, it is a good thing. It is a good thing. Everything within your body, everything within your psyche, within your consciousness, it is all a nature of goodness. It all has a purpose to love you. And this world is imperfect. To test this. And we go through this world, we go through this life, this imperfection. As a piece of innocence, we go through it. And we get touched by fire. We are touched by these encounters, things that we meet. And we are changed by them in certain ways. And it becomes our task as we learn and as we grow, it becomes our task that we become aware of them through feeling and through thought, and that we learn to navigate and grant ourselves freedom and peace through these things that have shaped us. And what a grand journey that is. What a profound and beautiful thing that is. Because we walk through this life and we pick up things and we store things within our body and within our psyche, within our consciousness. We pick up conditions. We pick up ways of relating ourselves and our being to all things that are surrounding us. We pick up a unique vision of the world, a unique way of seeing and of feeling, and of reacting and responding in accordance to what we have learned, to what we have picked up. And what a beautiful and special thing it is to encounter these things, to have learned and grown through them, to have shaped ourselves into something, and all the while become this thing that may let these things down, that may settle them, that may give peace to something, to give peace to your own being, to allow this loving nature to occur, to restore yourself to that innocence that you have always been. And that is something I was thinking about today. I was thinking about forgiveness. And I myself, I speak of this a lot. I speak about forgiveness, and I believe in forgiveness being the way. But it is more complex than that. It is entirely simple in that way, that is the truth. But in the way that you navigate this unique being that you are, this creature that a human being is, the way that consciousness moves through this, that you have a body of your own, that it has so many intricacies and complexities, as well as with your psyche and your way of relating to the world. To forgive is not such a simple thing, and the reasons why we do it is not such a simple thing. You forgive because you want to be free, because you want your own benevolent and loving nature. That is why you do it. But to be able to do it truly, you have to go through whatever abuse or whatever trauma, whatever resentment, whatever grief that is in need of forgiveness in order for you to be free. You must encounter it truly again. You must bring yourself back to that moment, in this moment. And that is a bit of a dangerous thing to do, and it is something that is always happening, one way or another. So it is good. Let us carry forgiveness with us as we go out into our day, and as we encounter these things, as we meet these triggers that bring up this memory that is stored within your body and your psyche. Let us carry forgiveness with us. But we encounter these things, and it is a bit of a dangerous thing. Because if you are not armed with the correct presence, if you have not made yourself something that is capable of being present for these things, to be present through these witnessings of grief or of abuse of trauma, of harm, of sadness and sorrow, of abandonment, or whatever it may be, neglect, perhaps. Any type of encounter in this way. In whatever way that it is, we have to build ourselves into something that can grant safety to that child or to that human being, whatever moment that it occurred to you. That you can be this thing that grants that part of yourself that has met abuse or trauma or tragedy, grief, whatever it may be, that you can grant that part of yourself presence, that you have acceptance for it as it cries out, that you have acceptance for it. And that is part of the way of forgiveness. Part of it is invalidating that encounter, in integrating that encounter, that information that does have value, that perhaps we would like to be unconscious to. That this did happen, this difficult thing that was in your life that you encountered, that the innocence of your being encountered and was touched by and changed by. This did occur. And we are not seeking to go through this way, this process of forgiveness, to act as if it did not happen. But that this way of forgiveness is to understand and to integrate and to validate that innocent part of yourself that did meet this. And to say it is okay. It is okay. It is okay that you feel through this. It is okay that you went through this. I accept you and I love you. And even in this way, if you, for whatever reason, wanted to grant forgiveness to something that was external to you, it can only be done through this way, that you meet the forgiveness within yourself, that you forgive the encounter itself, that you grant this love and this acceptance, this peace and this protection, this presence to that innocent part of you that did meet this, whatever trauma it was, whatever difficulty, whatever wrongdoing it was. There's a requirement of an acknowledgement in that way. And it is not, it is and it is not, It is done all at once, and at the very same moment, in the next moment, perhaps you will encounter it again. And you will have to go through the same process, which you will be armed with this knowing, this way of peace and this way of forgiveness. You will be armed in it. You will have practice of bringing forgiveness into your encounters. And that is a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing. That is a healing, not just of your being or of my being, but of all things that surround you. That we do not continue to facilitate the abuse that was facilitated upon us, upon others. And to have the presence and the understanding and the acceptance that, for the most part, we are only giving each other ourselves. And the only way to change that further down the line is that we change this ourselves. And that is a bit of what I've been thinking about today. In the freedom I would seek to grant myself, in the freedom that I would seek to be reflected upon you as I encounter myself within you. That I am not a betrayal to love in that way. That it is not just something that I speak or that I seek or that I grant upon others, but that it is something that is alive within me that I do grant upon myself, despite any difficulty. And then we can all do that together. That is a just and good work to do. And that is the healing of this earth. And that is the coming together of all things. And that is the root of all of it, That is the root of all of it. The connectedness that we do share. And that you are allowed to feel that. and that you do not have to close yourself off to it, but that we may encounter things that will teach us to do so. And as we learn and as we grow, we must further encounter ourselves and allow these chains to fall off of us, that we can return to this place of love and continually grant it upon each other and ourselves, and celebrate that in the life that is today and the life that is tomorrow. Beautiful love and truth. Glory, grace, strength, thanks. I'm grateful, God, that you are courage, strength, protection. I'm with you. Peace.